Jonathan Mitchell, millionaire CEO of Mitchell Aviation, grinned arrogantly as he leaned against the sleek private jet parked in the company hangar. "Fly this plane and I'll marry you," he taunted the black cleaning lady. His words dripped with mockery, meant to humiliate. "I bet $1,000 she doesn't even know where the ignition is." Diana Santos, 34, continued wiping the windows, her movements calm and deliberate. 2 years of enduring the cruel jabs of spoiled, wealthy pilots had taught her the art of quiet dignity. Yet something in Jonathan's tone that morning sparked a familiar fire in her eyes. "Hey, you!" Jonathan shouted, tapping the window. "Come here for a minute." Diana approached, composed. "Yes, Mr. Mitchell. My friends and I were discussing natural talent for aviation," he said, gesturing to his companions. "Ever flown an airplane?" "Once, sir," Diana replied simply. What he didn't know, she had flown military jets worth more than his entire fleet hundreds of times. Jonathan laughed, pointing to the jet. "Perfect. Fly it to Seattle and back. If you succeed, she marry me." Laughter erupted. A cleaning lady flying a $20 million jet? Ridiculous. Diana considered him briefly, then looked up, eyes steady. "I accept. When do we leave, Mr. Mitchell?" The silence stunned everyone. Jonathan blinked, unprepared for this defiance. "My friends witness history," he said, gesturing to the group. They laughed harder. "She's going to teach us about aviation." They had no idea. Diana's 12 years in the Air Force had given her the skills to fly everything from F-16 fighters to massive C-130 cargo planes. But she had kept her history secret, raising her daughter while quietly supporting her family. Jonathan, still laughing, tried to raise the stakes. "If you succeed, she pay for her college. If you fail, never set foot here again." Diana's daughter, Leia, relied on expensive treatments for chronic asthma. Every word Jonathan uttered hit Diana like a punch. Still, her resolve didn't waver. "I accept the terms," she said calmly. Jonathan pulled out his phone. "This will go viral." Diana closed her eyes, recalling her former commander's words. "Soldier in the air, you are pure competence. Competence does not lie." She opened them, confident. "When do we leave?" "Now," Jonathan said, regaining his bravado. "My friends will watch." As Diana climbed into the jet, her posture subtly shifted. The cleaning lady vanished. The elite pilot emerged. Her fingers traced the familiar controls with practiced precision, each movement precise and confident. The plane's registration number in 478 Alpha. Mike was identical to the model she had flown in Afghanistan. She knew every system, every bolt. Richard Blackstone whispered. "She probably doesn't even know how to start the engines." Tom Rodriguez, hangar chief and Navy veteran, watched closely. "Look at her pre-flight check. That's standard military procedure." Jonathan scoffed. "She's just a cleaning lady. Stop overthinking." Diana donned her headset. Dallas Executive Tower, Golf Juliet 937 requesting clearance. Destination: Seattle. Cruising altitude 35,000 feet. Tom turned pale. "She's using civil aviation protocols." "Perfectly." Jonathan's laughter faltered. Diana initiated the engine sequence. The turboprops roared to life. Smooth. Perfect. Not a single hesitation. Tom whispered, awestruck. "My God. She knows exactly what she's doing." Outside, employees gathered. Lisa Chun, young aerospace engineer, murmured to Tom, "Does she know how to fly?" "She's flying like someone who's been doing it for years," he replied. "Her instincts, flawless." Diana closed her eyes, memories flooding back. Combat flights at 22, transporting medical supplies under fire, missions saving lives in Afghanistan. She had left the military to raise Leia safely. But now in the cockpit, every skill was intact. "You don't have to prove anything." Tom's voice crackled over the radio. "I want to," Diana replied. "They just awakened the wrong person." Jonathan knocked on the glass. "Enough. Turn it off." Diana's eyes met his. Absolute confidence. She spoke into the external speakers. "Gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. You're about to learn what happens when you underestimate the wrong person." Lisa discreetly texted Diana's emergency contact. Seconds later, a reply confirmed Captain Diana Santos, decorated Air Force veteran. The jet taxied with unmatched precision. Jonathan's bravado crumbled. Diana requested tactical flight clearance. Tactical profile, Tom muttered. Military terminology. Civilians don't know this. Engines roared. Takeoff was flawless. The jet climbed gracefully, performing maneuvers that seemed impossible for a civilian aircraft. Loops, turns, a ballet of power and control. Jesus Christ, Richard whispered. Diana's calm voice echoed, "This is Captain Santos performing the requested flight test. All systems operational." Returning to base in 17 minutes. Tears streamed down Lisa's face. Diana had left her military career to care for her daughter, yet here she was, demonstrating mastery, grace, and unwavering courage. Jonathan was paralyzed. His cruel joke had become his nightmare. Lisa informed the hangar. Diana was a decorated Air Force veteran. Jonathan's arrogance had met reality. The landing was flawless, gentle, precise, perfect. Diana stepped out, shoulders straight, dignity intact. "Any comments on my performance?" she asked Jonathan. He could only stare. Around them, employees applauded, some filming. Others silently respecting the woman who had rewritten the rules of power. Social media exploded. Jonathan's funny video became an international scandal. Veterans, civil rights organizations, and influencers condemned his arrogance. Companies canceled contracts. Investors fled. Meanwhile, Apex Aviation, Mitchell Aviation's competitor, offered Diana an executive position, $300,000 salary, full benefits, and an educational fund for Leia. Her competence and character were exactly what they sought. 3 weeks later, Diana became the first Black woman in an executive position at Apex Aviation. Her first press conference, millions tuned in. "For 2 years, I pushed a mop to support my daughter," she said. "Honest work is never shameful. Competence and character know no color, gender, or class." Jonathan Mitchell, meanwhile, lost his company, wealth, and reputation. Diana's story became a case study in leadership, bias, and resilience. But her greatest victory? Looking at Leia each night, knowing she had created a world where integrity, skill, and dignity prevailed. Remember, Diana would tell audiences, when someone tries to diminish you, they reveal their own limitations. Use that to soar higher than they ever imagined. The lesson was simple, yet powerful. Never underestimate the person cleaning the floor beneath your feet.